Have you played Atari today? Before Nintendo took over the world of video games, the original leader was Atari. With their many consoles and computers, they were the fastest growing company and also the fastest failing. Atari was the root cause of the video game crash of 1983, and they would plummet tremendously. Nintendo would later come around and pick up the pieces and become a runaway success. However, a few years later, Atari would come out of hiding and release this cat out of the Atari bag. It's the Atari Lynx. Here is the bag, or if you prefer, the sack. And here is the cat. Released on October 11th, 1989, the Atari Lynx was a handheld that competed with the Nintendo Gameboy, and it was a superior handheld at that. It was the first handheld to have a color screen and also be backlit. Compared to Nintendo's dot matrix and green pea soup screen, which could cause eye strain. Nintendo, causing you eye strain since 1989. As you can see, my Atari Lynx is the second version, and now that I think about it, I have a lot of number 2 systems, which is interesting. They must be easy to find, I guess. The first version is longer in width and has a different design from this one. This Atari Lynx comes with a very unique D-pad, which really feels good on the thumb. And on the other side, we got the speaker and the A and B buttons, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. If you're wondering why there's 2 on the bottom and upside down, we'll get to that in a moment. At the screen, we have 6 side buttons. On this side, we have the on, off, and backlight button, which can turn the backlight on and off. On the other side, we have the pause button and the 2 option buttons. Each do different things when used with the pause button. With option 1, you can restart the game, and with option 2, you can flip the screen, which makes this handheld lefty-friendly. And this is where those extra A and B buttons come in, so you don't have to adjust your button habits. Very innovative indeed. On the bottom of the handheld is where the batteries are stored. The Atari Lynx takes 6 AA batteries and can last up to 5 hours, which is low but better than the Sega Game Gear, so that's good. On the top we have the volume and brightness adjusters, the headphone jack, and the AC power adapter. Now in the middle, this is the comm links, which is this wire right here. This wire is for multiplayer connection and is able to connect up to 18 other players if you have more cables. For 1989, that's all the way overboard with multiplayer, and these games don't support as far as 8 players at once. On the back we have rubber grips for a more comfortable feeling when playing, and we also have the cartridge slot which supports Atari Lynx games if you didn't know. And these cartridges are as thin as the TurboGrafx 16 HUE cards. Big Dom, small sub. But as small as these cartridges are, they get the job done. Atari Lynx games are as good as they're worth, which in some games' case is either saying a lot or not much at all. Some games are unique enough, like Gauntlet the Third Encounter, that it puts the handheld on its side, which is questionable, but interesting. The Atari Lynx, I would say, is an underrated console these days that lots of people don't know much about. So if you're able to find a Lynx for yourself at a reasonable price, you should pick it up and let this cat blow you away because it's the Atari Lynx. Now, mainly when we talk about graphics, we talk about bit graphics, but I personally like another kind of graphics, vector graphics, which is why on the next episode we're going to have a look at the only portable console that could fully utilize the vectors. If you think I missed anything, please leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you think others could get knowledge out of this, share this video. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Now if you'll excuse me, nostalgia is calling.